Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher, and I am doing a giveaway of 50 beta keys for Heroes of the Storm in the EU region. To watch the rule video, click the link in the description below. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the round of 16 in the ESL Go4Heroes Cup number 11. And while we were talking about that, you mentioned the Lunar Flare, and we may see what we ended up seeing yesterday in the HPL, with what Well Met were doing, and that is Tyrande literally waiting for Stitches to hook and timing her stun so that it would land exactly where the person would end their path once they have been hooked, and they would just time that together and just get that combo off, so whoever gets hooked is instantly CC'd.
Yeah, and it's something that's very hard to pull off.
But even harder to get away from.
Exactly right, even harder to get away from, and it just means that there's free damage coming down. Combine that with the zombie wall as well, straight after the stun.
Oh god, yeah.
You are not escaping. Except
for the fact that the majority of Pest can escape that. Except for Ufa and Thrall, like we've been over. But if they can get Thrall before he is able to... Sorry, if they can get Ufa before he's able to ult, then they might have a chance. And then it's just dead Ufa ulting. And by then, hopefully you've killed off or at least have re-engaged onto the rest of the team or disengaged yourself. So, in the meantime though, Hoss, would you like to introduce the team on the left-hand side? They're all grouped up for you, so it should be easy.
We have the new-ish SK lineup of Bakery, Araragi, Zamoni, the 3 SK veterans playing Hammer, Stitches, and Nazebo respectively, and then the 2 newest members, Kumato Boss, replacing Linked in this instance on the Rhaegar, and Snitch, the new ranged assassin, replacing Beezy on the Tyrande. And on the right-hand side, they have one of the best names I've seen in a while.
Going for the sneaky hook there, but yes, this is Team Pestrunishka, but we will be calling them Team Pest because we're uncultured. And starting in the top lane, it is going to be... Oh, good lord. It is Sir Ice Cream playing the Thrall. In the middle lane, it is going to be Tassadar being played by Gremmel. And in the bot lane, it is the party lane. And it is ETC being played by Mishko, Vala being played by Lunan. And it is going to be Ufa being played by GW1P or Gwip.
Gwip.
Yep.
Good old Gwip. But we're seeing the 4-man rotation here from SK. They started in the mid lane, pushed that wave in, rotated bot to get all 7 minions, but Bakery caught out in a weird place there. Luckily, the stun coming in from Vala means that she's not able to get any more damage down. The healing totem coming out from the Rhaegar to keep them both sustained up, but a very nice early engagement there, going in the favour of Pest, and they're looking for more.
Yep, they are looking for more indeed. Currently, we are going to see Pest grab the first shrine in the bottom lane. However, Araragi responding in the top lane is going to be able to take that pretty easily. He is going to have to duel Sir Ice Cream up here though, but Sir Ice Cream not wishing to engage onto that too hard. In the bot lane though, the fight continues. Bakery and Snitch trying to stay at range. Snitch taking care of the minion wave at the moment. Bakery trying to harass Whip in that shrine just to get something done. But now he's going to be forced to siege up and take care of this minion wave. Kumato Boss already going to go back to base just to restore his mana, make sure that he can keep helping his team as much as possible. Actually, no, he's heading to the top lane to help out with Araragi, who already has the shrine, so I'm not too sure about this decision. And I'm not sure how helpful he's going to be in getting a kill here.
It may be a point of them trying to switch the lanes up a little bit here.
Quite possibly.
But Rhaegar's going straight in, and maybe having the hook down bottom to help out the to combine with the Tyrande stun could open up this bot shrine for the team.
Oh, it looks like they are just looking for a kill here. Araragi was mounted up there and moved towards the health totem to try and catch something, but they're struggling to get anything. In the meantime, in the bot lane, Bakery is actually being dropped quite low. Snitch has been healing him at every possible opportunity, but there's a lot of harassment coming down from Team Pest here, which is proving difficult. In the top lane, however, SK are making the most out of this and just continuing to push down Sir Ice Cream and get as much tower damage done as possible. So Ice Cream trying to get some damage done, but he's going to struggle here. Araragi will be healed up very easily. Should not be too much trouble for them.
Yeah, he has that amplified healing talent on 4, combined with Chew Your Food on 1, and the healing totem that's been placed with Rhaegar. He is getting a lot of health. The amplified healing increases all regen effects by 30%. That healing totem restores, what is it, 30% of his max health? So essentially, he's getting 40% of his max health back from whenever a healing ward's placed, provided he stands in it. That is a lot of health. Combine that with Devour as well, that's an insane amount.
Yep, this is very much the case. And those watching may notice that we haven't really spoken about mid lane yet, but that's because there's nothing happening in mid lane. They're just sort of doing. However, Mishko did roam down there, see if he could get a gang, but Zarmany's going to be able to drive him back. In the bot lane, however, Harass is being traded here, and it's actually dropped Lunan pretty low, and Gwip has also had to back up, unable to fight this on his own, and those mines will chase him back behind his wall. That mine is not there anymore, it did actually pop. And the both shrines now in favour of SK. Zarmany trying to drive back Mishiko to give him a chance to engage this. And we have seen Gremel roam up to the top lane. He did swap with ETC from the bot lane to try and get some chance to get it. A nice hook there. It will not be a kill, but it will be enough to stop him taking back the shrine and continue giving Zarmany a chance. Zombie wall is down, but it will not stop.
They're going for it, but the dimension...
He's pretty low. There's the shield.
Yeah,
there we go.
The shield. Wow,
Tomato boss. Nice
Rhaegar.
counter. Yep, that healing totem, not that useful there, but it was able to pick off Kumato boss there. And that is actually first blood. Hook goes on to Sir Ice Cream. And in the meantime, Snitch did roam up from the bot lane, and he was able to help Zarmany grab the first Dragon Knight of the game.
Yeah, but he's just going to hack away at these minions to start things off because there isn't much support from his team. Doesn't want to take too much damage here, and when you have Uther and ETC defending this, now joined by Vala as well, just want to play it safe so that you don't lose that Dragon Knight too soon. Trying to get some Flame Breath down onto the towers. There it is again. Losing 28 health per second. And now he's joined by Kumato and Snitch, so now he can start using his axe on these towers and chopping them down like they're a tree. Lunan getting stunned up in the back there though, forcing the shield from Tassadar.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage coming down from afar. Like you said, both towers go down. Those do grant XP, whereas the gate does not. So we may see Zarmany maybe roam down to bot lane, or he can continue trying to push it down. He's going to deny the bees out of Gwip here and do a bit of damage to this fountain, and they may be able to kill this off if they try. Minion wave is now there. Zarmany throwing out all his abilities at Gremel and a bit onto that fort, and it's going to be Kumato boss who charges forward and will take down that fountain, which is going to make this lane a lot harder to defend. While this is happening, Bakery has taken all the towers in the bot lane, and in the top lane, Sir Ice Cream and Araragi are once again dueling it out, but those towers were down a while back. Araragi hooking him back in, but he can't kill him. Those heals, although they were reduced, still good. Oh,
Rhaegar falling down. A little bit overconfident there, SK, risking it all to try and get the siege camp. They were taking it. Rhaegar falls, they lose the siege camp, but Lunan, though, that damage from Bakery has to force the heal out of Quip. The shield from Tassadar as well. But 3 heroics were used. Stage dive from ETC, Archon, and Strafe. So those are on cooldown. SK could use this as a window of opportunity to get some kills and get a little bit more XP on their side.
This is very much the case. And there we do see the fast sight coming out from Rhaegar. It is just seeing that the Bruiser camp is not being taken by Team Pest at the moment. Bakery in the spot lane is pretty much out of mana, so he's actually struggling with his napalm a bit. It's going to have to wait a bit before he uses that again. Mishko is here, gets the stun, gets the knockback. There's the follow-up stun from Gwip and the Divine Storm. Can they finish him off? Yes, they can, with the help from Lunan coming in from the mid lane. They do wipe him out with that multi-shot. And having a look at some of the builds here, we do see that the multi-shot build is being taken by Valor, as well as Strafe for that extra damage, which may be quite nice here, considering how much CC the team of Pest really does have.
Exactly right, and I just want to touch on Nazeebo's build right now. The Envenom on 4 isn't seen too often, and the Clairvoyance on 7 as well. Not standard for Nazeebo, especially when you have the Farsight of Rhaegar, which is essentially a Clairvoyance at an earlier level on a lower cooldown.
Yeah, it's extra vision. It's extra vision, a bit of burst damage coming from the Envenom, but this is because of how much
Thundering.
Thundering going down onto Zarmany. There's the root hook from Stitches to save him though, and Zarmany is actually now turning around onto Sir Ice Cream. ETC is in the back, and that immediately changes Zarmany's escape route. He's looking for it though. Zombie wall going down as well. In comes the stun onto Snitch. Araragi very far forward, but he gets the gorge onto Tassadar, who's now out of Archon. He does go down. And the chase now goes on to Mishko, but he will be able to escape thanks to all his abilities. Gets hooked back in, but like we said, there's the knockback. He does have the loudspeakers, which increases the range of that knockback by 50%.
Well, that means that if he finds himself in the enemy
Just
team...
quickly, bot lane.
Yep. Bot lane, the ancestral healing being used on Bakery. One auto attack finishes off Uther.
Nice.
And then the thrusters into Napalm, gets the frag. I've been playing too much CS. Onto Valor. This should be a Dragon Knight for SK Gaming.
Yeah, Araragi does get the second Dragon Knight of the game, and he will just be able to this time sacrifice some health and roll onto that middle lane. For there is very little opposition here due to 2 members being dead from Team Pest, but that's not going to stop the rest of the team coming down. But that does mean that Snitch could just soak the XP in the top lane, do a little bit of damage to the buildings, and the rest of SK can all push down this bottom lane. They get the fort, and that is the first fort of the game. Araragi, just by himself here, is trying to get this second fort of the game, but he does get popped out. He hooks completely blindly and hits no one, but there is the Strafe and Sundering combo, dealing huge damage. Ravenous Spirit is in the back, and there's nothing to interrupt it because Sundering was used, and down goes Uther. And somehow Araragi survived this.
Somehow Araragi did survive that. I'm not sure how. That was a great Sundering that came out.
Ancestral, but he was still completely trapped to the enemy team. He just sort of walked his way out for the entirety of that. He didn't go for the fishing hook, though. He has gone for the mini stun here, which I think was something to do with it. Strafe did come down in that fight. Let's have a quick look at Valor's current damage here. She has 23,000, the second most in the game. But Sir Ice Cream isn't as lucky. He does get wiped out by Bakery and the rest of SK, and they do take down a tower at the same time.
Yeah, that's probably why we're seeing the stun slam, the pulverize come out of Stitches, on the basis that Valor has taken the strafe, which we can see that the Mega Smash, the range and arc of slam increased by 25%. Combine that with the stun, but Bakery's getting dropped on here with the strafe. He doesn't have his knockback to interrupt the strafe. Yeah, that's 2 ults though, just to kill a Bakery. Not sure if that's worth it.
And in the meantime,
Remel's now going to fall down bottom. 1-for-1 trade. 2 ults down on the side of Pest. It wasn't the best trade for them.
Yeah, we did see, though, even though they have to pop ultimates to do it, we saw how easy it is for Pest to pick up kills on individual members of SK. And this is likely why we are seeing the Envenom rather than the Gathering Power out of Nazeebo and the Clairvoyance, going for a more utility and survival build. Ravenous Spirit does more than enough damage on its own. 50 damage per second for 8 seconds. It's a lot of damage, and it gets better as it does upgrade. And the Specialized Toxin also allows Nazeebo to still deal a huge amount of damage, even without that Gathering Power, and it does completely remove the risk of just completely losing all your stacks from Gathering Power by being sniped by this very aggressive team comp and a Pest.
Yeah,
oh, there's
and
the hook
onto Valor is good. Down to half health, the stun being followed up. Shields, heals, and not so much automobiles being used to try and keep Valor alive there.
You should be ashamed. Araragi does get sundered. There's the strafe.
He's getting all the heals he can. The ancestral healing is good. Divine Storm in the back though, stunning up Zarmoni and Kumato, but Uther will fall because of it. Bakery is only just joining this fight. Where has he been? He's going to be rolling up here. So now
he's going to be rolling up just in time to miss the fight and kill the buildings. Like you said, Uther did go down there. And we did see Mishko did get gorged by Stitches, but he was able to escape and not get picked off by the rest of the team. This will be the first keep of the game going over to SK, and they're probably going to be able to keep this push going. Team Pest looking for their opportunity to try and get a good engagement here, but most of their ultimates are down. Sundering's not up for another 27 seconds here, so that will not be available. Stage Dive is available, though, if Stitches wants to pull off some of what BKB was playing yesterday from Woeth Kazooie and just do some random ganks onto people completely blind in the jungle.
Yeah, SK, though, they've gained control of this bot shrine. They may even look to grab a hook here.
I think they can, as if the rest of Pest continue to push up as far as they are.
Down bot.
Araragi hovering around in the mid lane, looking for his opportunity, and he can also grab a fountain here, give himself some extra mana. Top shrine going over into SK, but like you said, ETC did head to that bot lane and grab the bottom shrine, allowing to disabling the Dragon Knight at least for a little while more. However, SK not going to bother with it too much for now. Instead, going to concentrate on this top lane. Most of Pest is here, except for ETC, but ETC does have stage dive. He can join his team very quickly if necessary, and I think that might be what happens if Araragi does land a hook here, which there is a good chance of him doing. There's 3 members here. There's a minion wave in the way, though. He lands his stun. ETC needs to join him. He's on his way. He's just trying to get in range for that stage dive at the moment, as it does have a range here. But actually, he's just going to run in due to the fact that no engagement has happened yet, and he should still get there in time. Nice 4-man stun there by Stitches, but not really able to get anything out of it. And the top fort does go down. We will be seeing the rest of Pest back up here. Just going to retreat to their own base. Oh, but there's the hook, and there's the Gorge. He's going to have to dimensional shift to have any chance of surviving this.
Sundering, though, coming in follow up with the stage dive. Stage dive going to slow 2 people. Gremel, though, gaining all the focus of Bakery. He shrunk. The strafe is going uninterrupted right now. That is dropping Kimato very low, but Lunan stuck in that Starfall means that he will fall indeed. The barricade now protecting Bakery from the melee damage of Throw. Tacita hooked yet again here. Now the Ravenous Spirit coming out gets interrupted in the backline by Mishko. Gwip will fall.
Down he goes.
Mishko looking to fall as well, and it's looking like a clean sweep here as SK.
Nice Divine Storm, though, trying to slow down the members of SK. Mishko is trying to run for it, but he's got to run through 2 members. A nice barricade from Bakery. He does go down. Zabadi just hanging there. He was just waiting on the other side of that. Stitches is making his way down to the bot lane to grab that shrine, and that does mean we will see another Dragon Knight being taken by SK here, and that will basically mean a guaranteed middle lane fort for them to take. Bakery is already here. He can start sieging this up already, and that is what he'll be doing after clearing the wave with his napalm. And Dragon Knight is taken by Snitch. He will be joining Bakery, and that will be the second keep of the game. Bakery, once again, with that Hover Siege and the Nexus Frenzy, is going to wipe this out so quickly, and then he'll be moving on to the core with Stitches and the Dragon Knight, allowing them to try and go for the win here. But everyone is up. There's the strafe once again, uninterrupted, but Lunan is now out of the fight.
Yep, the Sundering has been used, which means there's no real CC here to try and lock down SK. Snitch is at that point in the game where he can just right click with the Dragon Knight onto the core and do as much damage as possible. He's down to about 30% HP now on the DK. It will fall. He's trapped in his own team zombie wall, but look at Bakery, the level 20 talent.
Pew pew.
Nexus Frenzy is coming out. The Divine Storm in the front, hitting only Zarmoni. Kumato peeling back. There's the game. And SK move on to the round of 8, the quarterfinals, after taking this win against Pestrunishka.